Well, welcome to the very first Chat to Chad podcast at 10 to 2 in the morning for a cheeky tester with our guest, John fucking Bing, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alive. I can't complain. Same
Good
old.
man, good man. Let's move our questions over here. So I'll be honest, it's a bit of a weird one. As much as this is something I've wanted to do for a while. And the reason
Yeah,
it's
you've had
weird,
this in the works for time.
yeah, the reason it's weird is because it's you. And I think it would be weird no matter
I don't think it's weird.
if it was no. I think it's only weird because it's one of our group, and I kind of know 90% of the answers of the questions.
I'm curious actually. I don't think you will.
Probably not actually. Um, so this was kind of set up and aimed at so I suppose people I don't know and don't know anything about to try and get to know them. Um, so let's try and get to know you a little bit, JB. First off,
Intriguing.
Apple or Samsung, and why?
Apple. Growing up, my first ever phone was a Motorola Razr I, right?
Ooh,
Yeah, classic.
absolute classic, yeah.
And then just while I was at school, Apple was the in thing. You had to have an iPhone, so I had an iPhone, and ever since then, everything that I use just goes with Apple. It's only recently when I got a PC and now Microsoft is sort of in my life that I haven't.
You've
Now I'm
realised how good
deciding, do I do a switch?
you've realised how good it
But
is.
I'm just happy. I'm happy with my phone. I don't mind keeping my PC and my phone separate.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Appreciate that. And is a Jaffa cake a cake or a biscuit?
It's a cake. It's a cake.
I
I
agree.
understand. I
I agree.
understand why it's in the biscuit aisle. It's got the same symmetrics and everything as a biscuit. If you hold a biscuit and a Jaffa cake together, they look pretty fucking similar. Don't get me wrong, but it's got cake in the title. Like, come on,
This is how I
come on.
justify it, right? Jaffa cakes and Mr. Kipling's, they're on the same aisle. But you won't ask if Mr. Kipling is a biscuit. It's called
No,
confectionery, I think. But you know what I'm saying. So yeah, for me, it's a cake.
although it's brilliant for advertising.
It
I
is
think about how
brilliant.
many more Jaffa cakes have been bought just due to that one question alone.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon
Yeah,
there's a lot?
loads, loads. Yeah, because people will talk about it. And, well, like we're doing now, is it a biscuit or is it a cake? And then they're gonna go,
Yeah, let's buy
"Oh,
some
I
and try
fancy
it.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
fancy some Jaffa cakes now."
And
Like,
are you a McVitie's Jaffa cake kind of guy, or are you
yeah.
like a typical home brand kind of guy? Like an M&S one's pretty decent.
Nah, bro. On the real, the best ones. Go to your corner shop, and it's a white box with Jaffa cakes on it, and it's got that little yellow label on it. Boy, they slap.
The everyday essential ones.
Yeah, bro, they're banging. You can't disrespect the corner shop Jaffa cake.
Yeah, first, first. Right, okay. Let's get into it a bit more. Tell us a bit about you as you. So I know your name's Liam. So tell us a bit about
Yes.
you and who you are.
Well, shit. My name's Loom, and I'm a forklift driver by day.
Which is insane actually because I've said this a few times. There's two parts to me for RPs. Like one, when you're RPing. So let's use JB, right? When you're playing JB, everyone else you're doing your RP story, but
Yeah.
everyone else in that server is doing their own story, and you ain't got a fucking clue what's going on. Do you
Do you
know
know
what I mean?
there's a word for that actually?
Come on.
It's called sonder, right? So it's based on the real world, but you can use it for an RP term because what you've described is basically it's the understanding that everybody that is alive lives their own individual lives and are at the center of that. It's like I'll be sat in traffic sometimes, and I'll look at fucking Susan next door, and I'll think, fuck, she might be going home to a wife and kids,
Exactly, you ain't
or
got a
she
clue.
might be going home to like she's got all of her own problems that she has to worry about, her own bills, her mortgage, whatever.
Mhm.
And the definition of that in a word is called sonder, and it's a beautiful word, I think.
It is a nice word, actually. I'll give you that. Give you that. Okay. How long have you been a forklift truck driver for?
Oh, so since I was 18, I'm 25 now, so
So you're pretty
eight
good on
years.
a forklift then.
Oh, I'm fucking pucker on a forklift, mate.
Can you
I'm
drive a
quick
forklift
with it.
better than you can drive a car?
Uh, no, but driving a forklift has changed the way how I drive a car.
Do you drive it like as if
I
you're
drive
holding
it
a knife?
one-handed because yeah, so every
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
forklift, every single forklift will have a knob on it, and your controls on a forklift are always on the right-hand side of you. So you learn to control your forks and drive at the same time. So you steer with your left and you use your right hand. So when it comes to driving a car, even though my gear stick is on the left, where I've been driving a vehicle for 8 years constantly with one hand, it feels weird to use either my right hand singularly or both hands. I am more comfortable and safer driving the car with just my left hand.
I bet you'd be pretty good at driving a left-handed vehicle.
See, I was thinking about that the other day, like going over to America and then driving on those roads
Yeah,
because it's all left, isn't it? I reckon
aren't
that'd be
you planning
cushy.
on going to Japan or saving to go to Japan?
Oh yeah, going Japan March next year.
And do they drive on the left?
I have no clue, but I am going to do go kart racing through the streets of Tokyo dressed as Mario characters. I've got it all booked and everything.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing. That's an actual thing you can do, and I'm doing it, and I can't wait. I
That's
can't wait.
yeah, that's pretty insane to be fair. Give you that.
I'm going to dress up as Bowser and throw turtles at people. Kushti.
Fucking Bowser. Okay. Tell us about your gaming setup. So many times we've seen you with your camera on, and we see all these interesting things behind you. But what's your actual gaming setup like? So we've seen um, your fucking mad
I'm pretty
sword
basic.
and your
I'm pretty
guitar.
basic, to be honest.
So what have you
My
got?
actual setup, I've got a key. I've got a Razer keyboard, some colourful thing.
Did you
I've
pay for
got.
that? Because allegedly a few people we know, just decide to just tech them.
Right, let me tell you the story of how I've ended up with a PC. So I used to play on an Xbox and on a 55-inch screen TV, right? And my headset broke. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to go into Curry's PC World, have a little look, see what there is, and get a new headset. And then I've wandered over to the section of buy now, pay later. And I'm like, sorry,
Oh,
what's what's that
what's
about?
that then?
And then they were like, oh, yeah, don't worry. We'll just ask a couple questions. And with the salary I earn and everything, I was entitled to quite a lot of money that I could just pay on a monthly basis. So I went in for a Xbox headset and came out with a full PC setup, ready to just put it.
Shit. And is that
The
where?
chair, this chair, everything, everything.
Okay. And is it? Is it something you're looking to upgrade? Are you happy with it?
I'm happy with it for now. It can do everything I can do. I don't have any problems with it. The only thing I could upgrade would be my Wi-Fi and connection because I'm not on like a wired connection or anything. Everything I do is just off Wi-Fi.
First, there's a little company out there called Fusion Fiber Group. You should look into that a
All
little bit.
right.
Yeah.
Fusion Fiber Group. Do you reckon they do round my ways?
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah.
They cross country, full country access. So you're
99.9% of all postcodes.
so you're telling me anyone that is listening in right now at 99.9% of all postcodes, this Fusion Fiber Group could
Yeah.
do them some incredible
In some
deals
incredible
and offers.
deals, and they have a really nice um, head of operations manager that can look after you. If you request that.
Oh right. Now that is actually really interesting. I might have to give that a little look to be
You
honest.
should. Um, so this is an interesting one for me because it took me the longest time to. Sorry, I'm just reading my Twitch comments. Sean has called us sellout. I don't know if it's me or you, but I will let her explain that in the comments. And another comment there saying, "Yes, JB, come on, Stephen," and we will get to Stephen. We will get to
We will
Stephen.
get to
We
Stephen.
will. Tell us about how you come up with your Twitch name. Now, I'm more interested in the original because I know your original Twitch name and how that came about has got some backstory, right?
Yes, it does. It actually does. Yeah.
And it was what?
Dango Town.
That was the one.
Dango Town. So me and a couple of my boys, we have a game called I Made That Up. And it's a stupid stoner game where if you swap, so Chad Trucker would be Tad Trucker. You swap the T and the C around. So you swap the first syllable of each letter around. And then when you say it, you have to say, I made that up. Now, we were all COD fans back in the day. So Tango Down, if you swap that around, it's Dango Town. And my boy John made that up. He did make that up. But for years and years, we just would argue about who actually made it up. And it just became like a little inside thing. So when I was making my Twitch channel, I was just like, yeah, sure, fuck it. I'm just gonna be like Dango Town
Like
because
you
if
was
I ever did
claiming the
blow
name.
up, yeah, if I ever did blow up, then everyone would know me for the person that is Dango Town, and it was just funny to me. And
That's
then actually, John Bing, which is the character I play, some posh person, also includes the same best friend. So his pet name, or his mum's pet name for him, is John Bing. And I just thought that sounded hella posh and funny, so I just robbed it and made John Bing a thing.
okay. And we are going to move into characters, and there's obviously a lot of content and context to ask about them.
Hmm.
So I thought your original Dango Town name came from the film. Is there a film like Django something?
Isn't there Django Unchained?
That's what I thought it was related to for the
I've
longest
never
time.
seen it. Never seen it.
So that's pissed me off, I'll be honest. But anyway, we'll move we'll move on. Um, if you wasn't into gaming, what would your hobbies
Yeah.
be? So like, do you have side hobbies? Do you have stuff that like? So for me personally, I've got quite an addictive personality. Hence why I try and stay away from alcohol and anything that's related to it because
Yes.
I'll know it'll just end up bad and it'll just be
Yeah.
fires
No,
all the time.
it's dangerous. It's very
Yeah.
dangerous. There's see the thing is I chop and change with what I'm interested in. So cooking has always been a passion of mine. I do love to cook.
Are we going to start on
Um,
that or should we wait for that later on?
Is there stuff related to that later on? We can save it.
We can say yeah. It will need to be explored because there's some underlying beef here. You can remove the pun.
No, you're not. No, we're
That
not.
will.
Are we? Are
It's
we going
gonna.
to talk about the spag bowl?
It's
Yeah,
gonna have to be mentioned at some
it
point.
is going to have to be mentioned, I suppose. That's fine.
Let's continue with your hobbies now.
Making music and stuff. I used to do that a lot when I was younger, playing guitar. But I'm quite a. I'm an outdoorsy person. I'd happily get lost in the woods for hours.
Yeah, I
You
rate that.
know, I'll like season chicken and bits beforehand, and then bring it out, get
Before
wood
going
and
to the
everything.
woods.
Yeah, and make a fire, and then cook up some chicken, have some banging munch
Okay.
while you're out.
Yeah,
Like,
let's rate that. I do that
honestly, it's incredible.
when I go like carp fishing. I would do that. Take some chicken
Yeah,
breasts and
I've never been fishing. Actually, I'd love to go.
oh, next
Love
time
to
you're in
go fishing.
Stockport, we'll entertain it. So there's a comment here that you can ask a mid question. We need to play drunk bingo. JB will remember.
Oh,
You want to explain that?
that is so. Time 2.0. When I made the Emerald Order and my lot, we did a thing called Drunk Bingo. So
In
it was
city or
related
out of city?
in city.
Okay.
So we had like Paisley, for example, and as you know, Paisley apologizes a lot. So anytime Paisley said "I'm sorry," you had to take a sip of your drink. And anytime someone killed someone, you have to down your drink. But it was everyone had to do it, and there was loads of just stupid things that were so easy to get like just have a drink to that it was just so messy.
I can
But it
imagine
was so fun. It
with
was so fun.
a hectic group like the Emerald Order. I can imagine that was a A bit mad.
Yeah, yeah. Jesus Christ.
So what drew you into streaming GTA RP in the first place? Because I know you do play other things from time to time and you dabble, but predominantly your content is streaming GTA RP, right? When you do decide to stream.
Yeah, well, I've always had a fascination of like making up characters and stuff. I mean, I took drama for GCSE, so I
Yeah.
enjoy playing a role and being someone I'm not. It's not linked to like because you've got some people that play RP as like an escape, and like they need that. They're dependent on being not themselves, whereas I'm perfectly content in myself. I just think it's fun to act like a fucking mad cunt for a couple of hours and then go to bed.
Yeah, I rate that. I rate that. This is question is going to sound a bit mad, but I have a set list of questions that I think it's fair to give everyone the opportunity to answer.
No, you're all
So this
good.
question might sound insane. Have you ever been recognised outside of FiveM for being JB?
No, no, I'm nowhere
One
near
day.
big enough.
One day.
One day, potentially,
See,
potentially.
which is funny though, because if you think of our main Discord that we use, there's a
Yeah,
good 30 people in there. And if
yeah, that's
one
true
of them
actually.
30 people seen you in the street, naturally they're going to shout JB. And in your head's going to fall off at that point.
Yeah, yeah, that was the day someone comes up to me and goes, "Oh my god, like you're John Bing," or just John Bing, and I hear
Or
that in
you, John
public.
Bing, yeah.
I'm like, "What? How do you know who I am?"
Who are you?
Like, yeah, who the fuck are you? What are you doing?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, that'd be a mad one.
where did this is a off the topic question. Where did JB's voice come from originally? How was that designed? 'Cause it's eccentric, right?
Yeah, well, obviously, JB's a very posh character, and you see, the thing is, I don't actually know where this voice came from. To be honest, it's just I don't know. It's just posh, you know. I mean, you've known me for quite a long time now, and you know I can do a fair few voices. And yeah, to me, it's natural. It doesn't hurt my voice or my throat or anything. I could do this for hours upon hours on end. And I don't struggle. I don't think of like what I'm going to say or something. I'm just talking freely. Whatever word that comes out of my mouth, I know how to pronunciate it and all the correct dialects and tones, obviously, because I'm a well-spoken individual.
That's ridiculous. And do you find yourself talking like that outside of FiveM?
No, no.
Yes.
I know when I'm in City and I play John Bing, that's a character. I don't ever get my voices.
You
Maybe
should
if
do
I'm
it on the
like,
Ivy or something.
if I'm doing a joke, for example, about a posh person or something, like
Yeah.
every time I tell a story or a joke or something like that, yeah, I will put the characters into the jokes to make it a bit more better. But I never slip into
Into JB.
John Bing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never slip
Can
into
you
it.
imagine? It doesn't work. Move out the
Bro,
way, sir.
I work with a bunch of like geezers in there.
Yeah, I can
Like
imagine.
just to pull out John Bing, I'd get ripped into next century.
I can imagine. Um, what has been your favourite FiveM server that you've played?
Oh, time two 1.0.
Yeah.
Easily, hands down. It will always be that. Now that's what
Yo,
made
Stone,
John
thank you
Bing.
for the follow, mate. I appreciate that. 1.0, it was, I think, yeah, I hear what you're saying because was that your first city?
Yeah, first ever
Yeah,
city.
I think for a lot
First
of
ever
us,
city.
it was our first place. There was people in there that, I mean, you got to understand, first of all, there was a lot of Ginge fans. There was a lot of Ginge
Oh,
fans. There
loads
was a
of
lot
Ginge
of
fans.
Harry fans, which I get, listen, I get it, but how they managed to sieve them people out so that people could actually RP, I thought, for a new city, it was incredible. It was
Oh
incredible.
yeah, spot on. It was
And,
spot on.
and it's give, I think if you look at it, like, take a step back and look at it, and you look at, I don't know, who can, let's say Fumbles or Tommy. It's give
Hmm.
them careers in streaming
OGB.
from a game. OGB, I mean, he was there or thereabouts, but yeah, it definitely helped him grow. Um, I just think it's insane what it's done for some people. Um, but yeah, I would definitely agree so far for myself.
Well, our
What's
friend Ty, he fucking blew up on time too, didn't he?
he did, yeah.
Blew up.
Tysky, and what's his cop character called? Carter Cockburn.
Carter Cockburn, yeah,
Fucking little
little
cunt.
blade.
You little
I
blade.
so giant. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant character, to be fair.
He's very good. What's been your least favourite server? You don't have to answer that.
King Estate. I hopped on King Estate for a day when I was banned on time 2 for a week. I played it with Liv, and it was shocking.
What it is with me with servers like that is they feel rushed. They
Bro, I
could
was there for 2 minutes,
they
and I
could be
got
good.
like a
Yeah,
mil. I got gifted a
yeah,
mil,
yeah.
and then I went around on a Santa sleigh and a reindeer flying around the city with the owner. Like, what?
And what did you get
How?
banned from time two for?
This was the first time. What was the first time I got banned for? Actually,
How many
shit.
times is there?
On time 2 or in total? Because
Ooh, let's go in
Prestige.
total.
Well, time 2 1.0 twice. Twice, I want to say. Time 2.0, I didn't get banned. But then Prestige, I was banned for not fit for the community because I absolutely licked off the police,
It was a bit bad.
smoked them.
They were just sulking. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, because you lot got unbanned, but I didn't because I was in
Not
within the
only did
whole
you not
week.
not only did you not get unbanned, we wasn't
I got
even
made affiliate.
allowed. You did get a made affiliate thanks to metagaming. Um, we after you got banned and I had a call with staff owners whatever, we wasn't even allowed to RP as a group together, which for
Yeah,
me
no, it
was
was mad.
mental. That was mental.
We came in, we're just licking heads and just smoking people with no resources or nothing.
It was
And the
mad.
owners were like, "Well, what's going on here then? We don't like that very much. You lot, see you later."
But the thing is that annoyed me is the RP was always spot on with it. The RP behind it
Oh,
always made
RP
sense.
was brilliant, yeah, and you couldn't fault
You
them
couldn't
for the
deny it.
reasonings behind it, but well, it was just jarring. It was just jarring.
They already had the people that the stories were kind of going through, didn't they? Which I get.
Yeah.
Um, if your character had a Tinder bio, what would it be in the voice?
Ah, shit. What would Bing's bio be? That's a question and a half, you know. That's actually a really good question. Actually, what would Chad's Tinder bio be? That's what I want to
It's,
know first.
it's not about Chad's Tinder bio would be something like I'm gay, come say hey, get in my face and you're getting fucking dropped because he's a
You know what?
dickhead.
That's pretty spot on.
He's a fucking idiot.
I don't know. My Bing's was just, hello. I don't know. I'd probably put I don't know. Hi, I don't know really what to put here. I'm a posh guy, but yeah. How the devil are we?
And he's pretty identifiable in it, so you could kind of top it off with like a top hat emoji.
Yeah, gotta have the top
Because
hat
the top
emoji.
hat has to be there.
I remember like halfway through 1.0, I started taking my top hat off because like just different outfits and everything. It didn't always go, and I was unrecognizable.
Yeah, people
I
didn't
found
like
it
it.
so bizarre
Other people
that
didn't like it.
yeah, which is mad to me. I didn't, bro. That's mad to think about. Like I would chat shit to you. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm jumping, I'm jumping. But if I like actually
But
deep
you
it on
kind of was
1.0,
jumping. Like,
yeah, in 1.0, like, bro, I was jumping.
I remember
Like, police knew me, everyone knew me.
at one point we had a conversation, and obviously I get a lot of shit for obvious reasons about not being unbannable, is what people like to say, as a bit of
Yeah.
banter and a joke. But I think at one point you was doing some shit that other people should have been banned for, and it was like, is this guy actually now unbannable because he's
Bro,
JB?
nah, bro, I was unbannable because I was JB. Let me tell you
Like,
a story, right? So, you remember that stint? where bro, I just love EMS. I make it my life goal, whatever server I play on, be nice to EMS, because the second you put an unanonymous 311 in, and this is where I have used my name to my advantage, those EMS characters on 1.0 would see John Bing, and bro, police would be down, Ginge would be down, whatever. They were coming to me. They were coming to me. Within 30 seconds, I would have fucking EMS at my doorstep. But I would go around in the full EMS gear, walking around, hopping in police cars, doing whatever. And I saw someone else dress up in EMS gear.
Yeah.
They were like, you can't do that. And I saw them vanish in front of my eyes. I stole the EMS helicopter the day it changed to the new one, flew up, and the PD have come and started hovering above me. I've gone like, oh, hello, officers. And they're like, oh, it's just John Bing. It's all right. And they've flown off. What? Like, John Bing at one point was untouchable.
Yeah,
Untouchable.
and then I think you took it a step too far, didn't you? And ended up on a week. Oh, what? No, you had a
It was when I
crash out.
started getting.
You had a crash out.
I called Chase a snitch. I called Chase a snitch, and I was getting heated messages from multiple people out of city, and it was just jarring. And I came on to you boys because we didn't hop in Discord calls or anything while we were in city. And I was just ranting to my boys at the end of the day. I didn't care that I was in city. I was just getting this off my chest because I was fuming. And then, oh, lo and behold, Marcel happened to be streaming, and of course Jimmy was watching and had to clip it. The most views on Marcel's Twitch channel on a clip is me crashing out. Like, mad.
I remember.
I don't care. I'll see you in a week. And then I get banned for a week.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I remember it clear as day. The whole "I'll see you in a week, I'm not asked," thinking it wasn't going to happen. Next minute, oh, JB's been banned for a week.
Yeah.
It was very, very funny. Very funny.
It's because I was watching. I've gone on to Wilmer Street, and I was watching back because remember when she was like, "Oh yeah, Dee and that lot were like sat in a bush." So I've tried to watch back what she was watching, but she was still alive. And one of the admins of Time 2 was sat in her Twitch at that time. I'm stood next to her at LSC at like 4 a.m, and he's seen me in city, obviously next to Wilma, and in her Twitch channel, and gone, "Sweet, see you later."
I mean, rules are rules, I suppose.
Rules are rules.
But
Rules are rules.
Okay. What advice would you give someone that was trying to, as a new streamer, trying to build a character in RP? Because I think
Find something you're good at and build on it.
So like,
If you, yeah, I'm quite lucky in a sense because I can do a lot of different voices and a lot of different accents, so I can have a lot of fun with it. But you've got, let's take people like, or Ragnar, for example, can't do any voices. Is whatever cop, whatever he plays, people will know that voice, but it's his personality.
Yeah.
That gets him over. So for him, he focuses on personality. Whatever you're good at, or whatever you think your strongest asset is to build a character, take that and run with it.
I think with Raggers, it's more when you get him his softer side, that's his best character. 100%.
Yeah. When he's relaxed and throws in those quick one-liners.
When he's enjoying it,
sorted.
That's him at his best.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's a good one. I'm gonna ask this question, but I want you to answer it based on the viewership that you had whilst in Prestige. How did you manage your chats at that time? Because your chats in Prestige, it took you a minute to try out the city, didn't it? And we were saying, you're going to pop off. I guarantee you'll be an affiliate first month. And you was like, I don't know. And then obviously, everyone else was there. And yeah, but do you, as much as we joke about it, do you think it was all down to meta?
No, not at all. But I was loved in that city.
I agree.
Because it's a very heavy American dominant city, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we were all respected and everything. But without sounding rude, you lot are very common sounding, whereas John Bing had that little the spark to it.
Yeah. I
You
think
know, you lot.
we had opposite ends of it because Chad did what Chad. I was being Chad as if I was in time too, with the cheeky side and a little bit of arrogance and the kind of
It's your birthday.
the main character syndrome that Chad has. And
Hmm.
I just tried to slot myself into this community, and they were like, "Sorry, who the fuck's this guy telling us that our fucking cars need a hobnob changing and the marshmallow springs have gone?"
You
Whereas
need your blue Gatorade in your
I think
cooler.
it worked for that side of me, but on the opposite end, there was this fucking new chap in a fucking top hat that would just walk up to these Americans and go, "Hello, dear,"
Yeah, hello, darling. How the devil are
and
we?
it just worked for you, man. But
People
yeah,
love a posh Brit. People love a posh Brit.
they do, they do.
Just happy I'm well spoken. Cha
Well,
fucking ching.
what's in the cup at 20
Dr.
past 2
Pepper.
a.m.? Fair enough. Thank fuck for that. Okay,
You
okay, now. Right, what I'm gonna do now, just while we're waiting, I want anyone that's in my chat. There's only a few people, but I want you to ask two questions. So Shauna, I know you're here. I want you to ask at least two questions to JB. Something decent, either about him or about JB. Whilst we're waiting for that, I want to know what has what part of RP have you enjoyed the most in terms of we've all been in different groups and started in different places. What's been your best bit and how did your time to journey from RP start for you to end up in Syndicate where everything kind of just exploded into for JB's character?
know what? Actually, to study the uprise of John Bing, because I've never actually thought back on where I've come from and what I've done. You know, I'm a strong believer in, like the past is the past. I don't need to revisit or anything. So I've not thought about that, which is actually really that's mad. Because I was just wow, I was just a posh. My first outfit, I had tracksuit bottoms on and a suit top. And there was a guy, which is oh no wait, yeah, there's a guy called Drew Peacock, and me and him both flew in at the same time.
Drew
Like
Peacock.
the first people we both spoke to were each other. It was like we were both brand new, so we were trying to find out everything. And then I met D. He then got me in the syndicate, and I just rose. I was syndicate for like 4 or 5 months, but I went through every single rank from prospect all the way up to president.
That is insane, really.
I wasn't an MC for fucking time, and that all went to shit.
I
But
would
I'd
I
say,
wouldn't say it went to shit. It kind of it naturally ended, didn't it? Because the RP for the syndicate naturally ended from like if you look at it from let's say from when Chad joined, it was already established. Then all
hmm,
the way up to you becoming the president. By this point, 0161 had formed, ended, the company had formed, you was on your mad ones. Chad and JB always got on, but kind of pretended they never did throughout all that
yeah,
time. Like so much went on.
yeah,
Like
we
I
had a
would,
lot of conflicts, and people thought we hated each
I
other,
would
like
drive up
hated each
to
other.
Syndicate knowing full well I was getting there just to go hospital. Like I must have done that at least 15 times when I first joined that server.
Well,
Um,
I can't even remember what I was the company first
you saying, Jay?
because, well, obviously everyone knows the company was my idea. I'm gonna seal that in stone.
Was it?
I came up with the company
You sure?
because I used to play Ark Survival Evolved, and the company was the name of my tribe in Ark.
So I think you're breaking up.
But I made the company as my own gang from Syndicate because whatever went on with Keegan. But it was when in time two putting turfs down was bugged, so I'd had turfs there but couldn't do anything. But people were finding a way to sell there because it was a good location.
And
And I woke
you
up
had a
one
gang
morning.
before Syndicate.
No, after when Keegan gave me all the criminal
Yeah,
side of
yeah, yeah.
everything,
Oh,
all the
when the
places.
sprays came back properly.
Yeah, and I went down to that little holiday park place by Chumash, but it was all bugged
Oh
out.
yeah, shit.
And then I woke up to like minus 20 rep because
Yeah,
bare people had sold that. And I was like, yeah, fuck
losing your
that.
head.
Sold it, fucking got rid of the, disbanded the gang. All the people that followed me from Syndicate, I was just like, right, yeah, sweet, see you later. I'm joining another company with Chad Marcel doing all that. Bye bye, see
Chad, Marcel,
Nick,
D, Frost, Jimmy, uh,
Patrick,
Patrick was with
Lewis,
us, Lewis.
Cuzzy at one point.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Carter's, was it Carter? No, it was Frank Yoshida.
Yeah, which
His cousin was in
yeah,
the company as well at one point.
him with the long hair, right? The black long hair.
They're really muscly
Yeah,
cop.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, mate, what are you talking about? It's me, Frank Yoshida.
Oh yeah,
That guy.
shit. Do you remember
That
him?
guy. His cousin was in the company.
Yeah, he was. He was a good lad, him. To be fair, I liked him.
Yeah, he was. He was.
What was from Patrick has asked? What was your overall favourite storyline and why?
It had to be the resistance. It had to be the
Fair enough.
resistance. Because if you think about it,
Which is mad
the
because
whole.
before you go on with that, the resistance, the whole thing started with JB
Yeah.
being JB, and the whole thing started with JB by saying, "Come with me, it'll be all right." And
Yeah, it
it
would be all
wasn't
right.
all right.
We all got sniped by Tommy on a mountain, and then the
Fuck's sake.
resistance was formed. But it was because that's the thing, though. If you think about like Colin Whale as a character, brilliant character, by the way,
Very good.
brilliant character. But if you think when we did our exorcism on Colin Whale, when he had his split personality, where was that? Humane Labs.
Humane Labs.
And where was everything based from the resistance and everything? It was Humane Labs.
From Colin's
So
perspective, yeah, 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 it was.
he's been playing that under the radar without really anyone clocking it for time. And that is brilliant.
But
But the resistance
do you
by far had to be my favourite.
do you think OGB or Colin basing? Because I never actually thought of this, and it's only just come to my head now. Do you think he's based it there because of what we did, or do you think it's just naturally occurred in the way that RP is, that's just where he's chose because it's a big laboratory?
Well, the storyline with the scientists and everything was Colin was never a person, was he? He was always a lab experiment. So the only way that would really make sense is Humane Labs. Whether we have had an influence from the possession
Scientific,
and
right?
everything, it could be a possibility. I'm not going to deny the fact.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, because that was 8 weeks ish before the start of
yeah,
the
give or take.
something like that. It was when D was still in the city, and that was D came back for the resistance when it popped off.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think overall, and a lot of it in RP, I do think a lot of RP can be harsh because your overall experience is based on how highly ranked or what position your individual character gets to, and it shouldn't always be like that. Now, I'm very fortunate that the people around Chad have built Chad into the twat that he is. but and I am very very lucky that I've got said storylines and I've had said scenes and I've got to RP with some mad people that I've got to RP with. But I don't even know where we was going with this. Um, but yeah, I think it all comes down to the people that you've built your storylines with. And like
Oh
we
yeah,
said
for
there,
sure.
the resistance came from JB saying, "Come and do this with me," because we didn't know what we. Let's be honest. When I flew in that day back from Prestige, we didn't know what we were flying into. We didn't really understand what was going on with that storyline. We just
No,
probably seen a bit of fun. Did we? Did
but
we?
That Colin story, the resistance brought everyone back to time two of our group.
I think it was probably
Everyone came
yeah,
back. Colin made the city have a queue again to join the city.
yeah, yeah. Which
Like,
was
think about
yeah.
that. He
At
did
that point as
it.
well, which
Yeah, when it was dying.
and it all made a perfect timeline for the end of the city. Like if you think of it like this, the trailer for 2.0 was based around that fucking storyline,
Yeah, literally. And what
which
we
is
did was we
mad.
amplified it. We amplified it and
Oh
made
yeah,
it better.
from meetings to try and gather funds for the resistance, and then when you're trying to, I mean, at one point, I think me, you, Marcel, and D had to sit down and have a conversation and be like, right, who's shooting in this war? Because I just couldn't process the names that D was going. They're shooting, like JP. Oh shit,
Yeah.
like what? Where the what? What's going on here?
Yeah,
You're in arena
we
pros.
just got pro shooters in to fucking
Sorry.
bang an RP war.
Yeah, I was like, have you?
Which
First of
was
all,
yeah,
what if you look at me with a gun? If you see me shoot as Chad shooting, and me personally, to the people that we then ended up shooting with, was different ends of the scale altogether.
right, I took out 2 pros in the second war, man. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
The first war, the second war was when we managed to get the bigger guns, right?
First war, I didn't manage to shoot a single bullet. Tommy sniped me off the mountain. Clean, instant, bang. I was like, oh, there's Tommy, bang, dead. Brilliant.
So the first war, is that when we pushed Humane Labs?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the first war, I think I took 8 people's heads off with the sniper. Turned out every
You were
single one of
you
them
were
was on
taking
our
off, it
team.
was ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stinker.
You were just like, oh, people on the roof, bang.
Yeah, don't really like talking about that, but Marcel likes to remind me every day.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Jim Green has said a Chad Trucker podcast is crazy. Welcome to chat to Chad.
It's a good idea, though. Hey, you want to buy my car?
Hey Jim Green. Here's a question for someone that is infamous within our RP friends group as such. How did
He's
you
infamous
meet
in
Jim
time
Green?
too, though.
Well, he is, yeah. The way he fucking got banned is infamous. Let's be honest.
Oh my god.
We don't need to
Elite.
discuss the details around it.
No, we do not.
The way he was banned was insane. Let's just say that. How did you meet Jim
Buy my
Green?
car.
Can you remember?
I met Jim Green in Delight
Cafe Delight.
Delight Cafe. I worked there, but John Bingle was used to go at Delight, but it came out as Daylight Cafe. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm going to do a shift at Delight, and
That's when you was just getting money. I think at that point.
Oh my god, mate, it
money
was
coming from
broken.
everywhere. Yeah, you had money coming everywhere. You had
Broken.
money coming from drugs. You had money coming from doing your own little bits of drugs. You had money coming from Delight Cafe.
Do you know how nuts the pay was there? Delight Cafe
I
was
had
the
a job
reason
there, I
everyone's pays changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got 50% of whatever was sold for commission, wherever you were in city.
What they were doing was, if let's say they got 50%, let's say they put so much money through the till. At the end of the night, they'd put all them total orders back through the till, or half the orders.
No, they never did. They never did anything like
Well,
that.
they did on the last
The
one.
reason,
Was you there for the last one after the auction?
yeah, the reason it all got changed was because someone's friend came in, and just spent like 400k 3 times in a row while they were like everyone, and they were like, what? Well, what's going on here then? How the fuck has 10 people just made like fucking $500,000?
And I thought after that Dash was very lucky, or nay, to get another shot at the business. But was it power gaming? I don't think so.
No,
It's their own fault.
because they were angry at a system that they'd put in, but the other time, so when I had earned, I remember one night I earned 400k, and another night I'd earned 350k. But it isn't though, because there was RP behind it.
Yeah.
Dash used to get people, like even I used to like dress up in like slutty fireman outfits or whatever.
Yeah, auction.
And he would sell dates off. And then whatever the money for the auction was at the end of the night, so money that people had given through RP, then got rung through the till, and then the commission went to everybody. And to me, that's fair. I never saw a problem with that. It was because people had then abused the system after and got their mates in on it that had then caused it to crumble, which is a shame. But the stuff Dash was doing, I think, wasn't a problem.
I I agree.
Oh,
Me too,
mate.
because I was loaded.
I bought a house of Gracie and everything. I had dough coming in.
When we sold, do you remember when we sold the Resistance? And we was we was all just like, we just got 4 mil off the government for not being terrorists anymore, allegedly.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Just insane amount of money. And then, what was your involvement with the? Did you have any involvement in the finale of uh,
No,
2.0?
no, I wasn't in the finale of 2.0.
Okay.
I was just going around city, just literally doing absolute chaos. I did a meth run just because I knew no one was there, so I just did a meth run just out of curiosity. And then weirdly enough, I can't remember who it was, but somehow so I started off the start of the last day of the city with nothing, like just a pistol. And then I'd ended up with like an SMG, a heavy LMG, pipe bombs, grenades, and it was brilliant. So you lot were all off fighting, and I was just terrorizing the lonely cunts that weren't allowed to do anything. And I remember
Just bullying the rest of the city.
yeah, literally, there were these two people, and they like started chatting shit, and they've pulled out these like bats, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're gonna come with us." And I've just pulled out this fucking massive LNG, and I'm like, "Am I really?" And they're like, So I've got them to stand in the corner because they started like taking the mick out of Paisley, and I've just lobbed a fucking pipe bomb at them and blown them up, and like drove off. Oh mate, it was brilliant the last day of the city because I actually got everyone that died on the island. Obviously, when you respawned and everything, you would be back in city,
Yeah.
and there was like 20, 30 people that I'd got to come up to the top of the maze
I've
bank
seen that.
just for a final send-off. You know, everyone was chilling up there, putting music on jukeboxes, and like we were just all reliving like memories we'd gone through. It was quite nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the end, by the time everyone had been, I suppose, weaned out of the toxicity, it was quite a nice community that was left, wasn't it? And
Oh
everyone
yeah, it
everyone
was.
got on. And I think when you had like people like Paisley and probably Ember and I suppose Nitty, like we only really got close with Nitty towards the end. Like
It was the resistance we got close with Nitty
yeah, it was. And
because he was our inside man.
a lot of them people just had no idea about the backgrounds to our story. Like I remember
No,
at one point we had a scene on the beach and Nitty was back after we'd killed him off, and he shouldn't have been. And
yeah,
Ember was giving Marcel shit, and I had that do you remember the sawn off that I had?
yeah.
And I remember looking at Ember and thinking, why am I letting you talk to Marcel like that? I just poof straight to her head and just walked
Yeah,
off.
because I flew in and they were talking about that to me. They were like, "Oh, I don't really remember much, but I remember seeing Chad and Marcel, and they were really angry at Nitty for some reason." I was like, "Oh, really?" Like after being in a Discord call with you like 10 minutes prior, and you were, "Oh, I've just blown Ember's head off." I was like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
lovely."
because that was before the 8 p.m. storm, wasn't it? So yeah,
Yeah,
after that was the actual finale, which was insane. And tell us about where your RP is now and what city you're in, what's it like, etc.
I'm in Resilient, and it's from the little time I'm in it because right now I'm in a. It's not. How do I word this? I'm not. It's not. I'm not enjoying RP. It's. I'm just going out, seeing people. There's a person I've
Touching
taken a
grass
particular touching grass is how we'll pronounce it. Yeah.
in the build up of a potential relationship is how we'll word it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. I mean, yeah, shit for us because we don't get JB. But you're living life is what we'll call it.
Yeah. I'll be back. I mean, the time I've spent in recently, I've really enjoyed. So I will be coming back for sure. But it's just nice to take a break every now and again. You know,
It
I've done
is.
it multiple times. Just vanished for a month or two.
And I suppose that leads us on to we've been over JB. Where did Shortbread come into it, and where did that how did that happen? Because even I don't know that.
JB and Shortbread were from the get go. They both
Really?
came in together. Yeah, together. It's my application for time two was so my backstory for John Bing is John Bing is the main host, the main character, right? And he was an above board citizen, you know, went 10 miles under the speed limit, like did his tech, whatever. He was never broken a crime, never would even think about breaking the law. Took a night off early from work, came home to surprise his missus, found her cheating on him, and out of anger, he's pushed over a person, just like never even done anything. This person has unfortunately fallen over and died on impact. Snapped their head on a coffee table, I think is what I said. And, you know,
There's a
John
personal
Bing.
story, or
No. I've not killed anyone. Not, no.
allegedly.
But John Bing, allegedly, John Bing as a person that, you know, has always lived law peacefully, has now just killed someone. And that has caused him to split into Stephen. Stephen then took over for a little bit, caused him to sort of figure his shit out, then flew over to Los Santos as John Bing. But he realised that he got a taste for it. You know, he'd been boring his whole life.
Okay.
So he'd never thought about that before.
So that was kind of his JB's escape to releasing his demons, I suppose.
Yeah, the stuff that the law-abiding citizen couldn't do, Stephen Shortbread came out and took over for.
And where did that name come from?
When I go out on nights out, I don't like people knowing my name, so I call myself Stephen Shortbread.
That's not real.
I swear to God, that's real.
And that's the end of the podcast. And so you've taken a real life alter ego into an RP server.
No, it's not an alter ego. When I go out and stuff, I'm still myself. I don't change how I am in person. I'm not a weirdo. I just Stephen Shortbread, because it's cool with birds, because they're like, oh no way, Shortbread's your last name. I'm like, yeah, it's just good conversation starter. I'm a biscuit, innit?
I've got a big crunch, you know.
Oh, that nearly ended so badly. Jesus Christ.
That all over your camera.
Oh my God, man's got a big crunch in there.
Man's got a big crunch, you know. Okay, and now I want to move on to Obia, because as much
shit.
as much as the voice pissed me off, it was a very good character. Because it kind of came from nowhere, right? From, I suppose, I know OC
Will be a
was
sugar man.
nobody really expected. We knew you was going to make a cop character when I decided Han was coming around, but we weren't expecting. Oh, excuse me. It is 20-3. We weren't expecting this
Shit.
Jamaican madman.
So Obia is it's a demon. In Jamaican culture, an Obia is the devil incarnate. So, you know, like as you're dying, you will see Obia appear.
Okay.
And then Sugar is from Top Boy. I think it's Top Boy. I can't remember what. It's a UK like roadman thing. And it's when son Donny goes to Jamaica. The guy's name's Sugar. Sugar expect big money. Big money what Sugar gonna get. He's like a bad man in Jamaica.
I think it's the end of Top Boy season 1 that.
Yeah, I just liked Sugar as like a name for like a Jamaican, like Sugar. My name's Sugar. That's cold in my opinion, so I ran with it.
Okay.
Took Sugar, and then well, I can do accents, and Jamaican's one of them. So I thought, fuck yeah, I'm gonna make a Jamaican cop character. Why not?
And why did that storyline come to a current halt?
Well, I made Obia because I was in the nines on John Bing. And it was time, and nothing was getting done, and just the server in general at that point was a little bit stale.
Yeah.
But then, weirdly enough, the second Obia started getting traction, John Bing then had the resistance. He then had that whole thing with the family afterwards and everything, and Sugar sort of became non-existent, which is unfortunate. And I actually am really strongly considering bringing him back for Resilient because, well, like you say, he is a great character. He's fun. Character. He's really fun to play as well. He's so fun to play.
Yes, Tubbs, what you're saying. He was a good character, and it kind of worked very well because obviously the accents are very different. It's kind of with Chad and Han. The accents are very different. That it kind of when I do chat, I put my accent on a bit for Chad in a lot of situations, and with Han, people kind of second guess you, don't they? It's like, is that is that
Now,
Chad? Is that
when
Chad?
you first brought Han out, no one knew that was Chad. No one knew that was Chad.
No, I appreciate that.
Obviously, our inner circle did, but no, like Peter Vanker, no
Yeah,
clue.
yeah, yeah.
No
People were
clue.
stunned.
No one knew who the combinations were, and it was the same with me as well. I remember
I think
joining the PD Discord call, and I remember it was Brian Clough, and he was like, "How the fuck has John Bing got into the PD Discord?" Like he was fuming, and everyone was like, "That's sugar. What are you talking about?" And he was like, "What? No, it ain't." And I was like, "Yeah, it is, mate." Like, yeah, it was brilliant.
I understand that. Do you like gym shorts
Gym shorts,
or it don't matter?
huh? I'm not picking up what you're putting down here, Chad, mate. To be honest, you might have to elaborate on your situation here, bud.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Pretty sure it does matter.
It was the. I'll be honest. It was the Luke Pingu quote from that video.
Oh,
Um, I think
oh,
there was quite a few that came out, and it's just come up in my chat. It was quite a few that came out at the same time, and I think the only one that got found out straight away was, I think you ended man, Danny Devlin, because
yeah.
you had Handcuff, Axel, and Obia all kind of came out of nowhere for these. Well, I obviously you knew Axel was Lucas.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's put nobody could tell, but it's the same voice, so I think everyone could tell.
Oh yeah, everyone knew. Everyone knew.
But they were good. They were good alternatives to the RP that people had seen before, and I think a lot of us were taken back by the kind of the RP that we could do on PD, and it for me personally, it gave me a lot of understanding of why PD do certain things, and kind of
Well,
cleared up that whole side of it.
for Chad and Bing, I think it was definitely, they're not serious characters. They will bend the rules and
Chad's a
sort
dick.
of do what they want. But the fact that you've taken those two people and then put them into serious roles as PD, no one, no one expects that, because it's anytime anyone sees anyone in City, I'm a strong believer. Like, you build up a perception of who that person is in your mind. So, if you see someone that always plays a reckless person or acts like a dickhead, you're going to assume out of City that that's just who they are. Everyone assumes that everyone's playing themselves. When for
They
people
do.
like us, it's just not.
Yeah, and people
It's
don't
not the
realise it
case.
until they end up in the Discord call when we've all flew out, and they're like, "Oh, you're like really chill."
Yeah, you're just normal people. What? You're not
So
annoying
yeah,
cunts. I
no,
mean, we are, but
I'm
just not
I'm
in
not
City
I'm
wise.
not Chad. Like Chad's, it's weird because Han now. The way I play Han right now is a self-insert, straight in, main character vibes. Don't give a fuck. Tries to insult people. I only got sent 42 today because I
You
walked
got me
out.
sent to prison, you little fuck.
I did, yeah, actually. I literally nearly got sent 42 for walking out and seeing a lot of people waiting for interviews and said, "Look at these fucking delinquent cunts." Dolly chased me around the hallway like, "Chad, sorry, Han. Um, you are a lot more chilled out of City, to be
Yeah, you
fair.
are a lot more chilled out, raggers.
But again, I think people find the character. People assume that me and Chad Trucker are the same person because of the way that Chad looks to the way that I look, but that's done on purpose, obviously.
Do you know, so many people thought I was black. I just don't get it.
I can see
I
that
just
though.
don't get
I
it.
think without sounding too wild, I think
No, it
that
was the
gets us.
shortbread voice. It's
Yeah, I
the
was going to say it gets associated with a specific area and
Yeah, it's just
because
South London.
the
It's literally London
geography
vibes.
of your accent.
Yeah, South. Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. But I think That's the fun part about it, because obviously I've been raised how to like pronunciate my words and everything, but my like friend groups and bits are
Sorry, I'm
a
just
bit more on the less
looking at
sociable side of
looking at
things.
Ragger's
We'll put it
comment
that
there.
way.
When I pissed Chad off in City before, I always thought I'd pissed you off. No, 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 no. There has been situations that have pissed me off. I'll be honest about that. But I think that's because I do get dragged into the immersion a lot. And there's been What's the one time I got pissed off with Raggers IRL? The one time I think I've only been pissed off with Raggers IRL was when D decided to leave the syndicate, because I think D could see what was going on in terms of Keegan was blocking certain people away from RP in terms of you have to go through this line to, and that's why we always set our gangs up the way we set them up now, to say actually you don't have to do X, Y, and Z. You don't have to. These set people don't have to go to these meetings.
Yeah, it's not one person is in
Yeah. If
control.
Chad's not
Everyone's got an
around,
opinion.
doesn't mean JB can't go. If Chad's around and he thinks, if Chad's around and nobody said only come with X, Y, and Z, he's taking everyone.
Yeah.
Like if there's a decision where me and Marcel or me and one other person go, it's because I've been told that that's how the other party want it. What do you think your plans are for your overall streaming journey, or your RP journey going forward? Do you think it's coming to an end? Is it slowing down?
Fuck knows. Oh, I slide the fuck down. I don't even stream or anything anymore, do I? Let's be honest. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't plan for a future. You know, I wake up and I'm happy I'm alive, and that's all. I
So
don't plan for 2 weeks in advance. You know, I could walk in front of a bus tomorrow and die, so I don't make plans. I mean, yeah, I'm going to Japan in 6 months and whatever. I do make some plans, but I don't. Yeah, no, I just don't plan enough. I just sort of live in the moment.
and,
Simple.
and I think now's probably a good time to tell everyone that I am actually your stepdad, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's brilliant. Chad just sort of came along one day and was like, "Son," I was like, "Father,
I'm your
Papa,"
father.
and
Right,
then Bosh.
brilliant. Well, we'll leave it on a high note, JB. Thank you very much for being the first ever person on the Chat to Chad podcast, schmodcast, whatever it is. Whatever I'm going to call this. I don't know if he's froze. The Chat to
No, I
Chad
haven't
show,
froze. I was
whatever.
just perfectly still.
Um, but yeah, thank you very much. It was a little bit of a test. We've obviously left it till late at night so that we could try and iron out any kinks. Any
No, it was a
questions
pleasure
for
to be
me
here.
before we go?
Uh, no, no. I think you've been a brilliant host, and
Thank you.
some of the questions you've asked are really out of the box, and I've really had to think about my character and everything. And yeah, I was actually really impressed with what you've done today, to be honest.
Appreciate that. Dale just said, I feel like I would feel more comfortable in RP if I streamed. I really think people think I'm a dick. But if they actually saw me streaming, they know I wasn't.
Oh, Dale, mate, fuck off.
I
Like,
think
on a real, just fuck off. Bro, you've been telling me since, like, you started joining playing Syndicate. All right, guys, I need everyone to, like, just sort of, like, be nicer because I'm going to start streaming soon. And you never stream. Stop saying you
you
feel like you'd
should.
be better streaming if you don't fucking stream. We've told you that so many times.
You
You'd be
should
so
stream.
good if you stream. You need to start
The
streaming.
thing
Stop
is, as
putting it
well,
off.
have you seen his setup, bro? The guy could run
Mate,
the
it's
asset.
fucking elite. It's elite. He could let off so many TNTs in Minecraft and it just wouldn't even be a problem. And
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
jealous
Doesn't
in
matter.
that.
Doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up there because I will have a 2-year-old wanting to get up at 7 o'clock, and that's not gonna be healthy for me. So I'm gonna stay in bed until 12 o'clock and let my wife
I
deal
have a
with it.
gram of Mac Donuts I need to just develop
A
and
gram of what?
devour. Mac Donuts.
McDonald's.
Yeah, it's incredible. Super delicious. Yummy
What's a
smoke.
McDonut?
A Mac Donut is a plant that is specially
I see.
cultivated.
Okay, no, I see. I get
Right.
it, JB. I get it. Let's leave it there. One question before I do leave, JB, and I've left
Yes,
this
sir.
purposely. I feel like you need to explain to me Would you ever order a spaghetti bolognese from a
Oh
site
no.
such as Just Eat or Uber Eats?
Oh no. No, no, I wouldn't.
You sure?
And I can hand on heart say on my adopted mum's life, I have actually never ever ordered a spaghetti bolognese. Well, let me stand up so you can see. I swear to God, Chad, because I've never once said that I've ordered. I said I would. I said I would,
Yeah,
and
you
you've
did
run
say
with
you
it.
would.
And
You said you would. You didn't.
but I have never, and I repeat, never ordered a spag bowl on delivery. I would
But would
because I
you?
get banging spaghetti. Yeah, I would. Of course, I would, bro. If you get Michelin star restaurants and like Italians, buy what? You telling me you're not going to order the food from there?
It's not
Dead up.
acceptable. And you think,
There, it's
and
definitely
just to
acceptable.
confirm, you think ordering a spag bol off the internet, right, off Just Eat, Uber
If
Eats,
that's what you
delivery,
fancy, yeah,
is
go
more
for it.
acceptable than ordering a breakfast from your local
No, wait,
cafe off the same website?
yeah, definitely. Because
Ladies
the
and
spag bowl
gentlemen,
you
there
cannot
you
fuck
have
up.
it. There you have it. JB John Bing, Mr. Liam. I won't say his last name for personal and data protection purposes. Has completely lost his utter fucking head
I don't
because
want a sweaty breakfast, but I'd love a yummy
amen,
bolognese.
Dale, amen. But yeah, JB has lost his nut. He's lost his nut. We can all agree that ordering an full English breakfast when you really can't be asked to make one, i.e., when you're hungover, is much better than ever ordering a
No,
spaghetti bolognese off a food ordering website.
bro, if you're
And
hungover,
that's
you're getting a Macca's.
and
You're
that
getting a
is where we
Macca's.
conclude our first ever chat to Chad. Mr. JB, enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy your
And you,
plants.
sir.
I'm sure you will.
Oh, I will.
All
Good night, Chad, darling.
348 people in the chat. You enjoy your
Um,
evenings. Get yourself
wait,
some.
I just want to say a message to everyone that is listening, and I just want you.
What a twat. What a twat. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.